Hello everybody, I'm Keith Jones. I'm your six-figure real estate wholesaler, and I'd like to tell you a little bit more about me and then ask you some questions. First of all, let me tell you I've been a real estate wholesaler since actually I started wholesaling in 1998, but I became a real estate entrepreneur in 1997. I started buying properties in East Point, Georgia, to buy and hold for rental income, expecting to eventually take the income from that and change my life in style and leave my job at the time. A job that I had been in. I started working for that business, doing physical labor, well, driving forklifts and so on, but it was still physical. But I started that job in right after the military in 1981 or 82. I started working for that business, and being that they would transfer me to where I wanted to live, I transferred from Anchorage, Alaska to my hometown, back to my home. I got out of the military in Texas, and I went back to Alaska and started working for a business there. Then I transferred from that business to my hometown of Detroit, Michigan. Then I transferred from Detroit, Michigan to Atlanta, Georgia, and been here ever since 1991. Started working as a real estate entrepreneur in 1997. Went full time in early 1999. So let me first of all, let me say, please join our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know that you're there. Let us give us an idea what you like or don't like about what we're sharing with you. Feel free to ask some questions. We look forward to your comments. That helps us to understand what we need to do to help you reach your goals and dreams. Because I'm about to tell you about some of mine, and then I'm going to end it with asking you some questions. And I just expect you guys, I would love for you guys to leave me some comments. Tell me how I can help you. But let's tell you a little bit about my journey as a real estate entrepreneur. And I call myself a real estate entrepreneur because, again, the six-figure real estate wholesaler. I'm a mentor, I'm a consultant, I'm a coach, I'm a teacher, only on the wholesaling real estate. Now we do fix and flips, we do buy and holds, and we've done new construction. But I teach wholesaling real estate because we want to help you create financial freedom and economic independence through wholesaling real estate. See, if you start with wholesaling real estate, it makes it a lot easier for you to do your buy and holds and your fix and flips and your new construction, because you're going to need. If you've probably seen those commercials that say, get into real estate, no money down and no credit. That's wholesaling. That's wholesaling. When you start doing the buy and holds, the fix and flips, and the new construction, you need money down. You need good credit. Bottom line. So as a wholesaler, you're gonna add extra $10,000-$20,000, $5,000 to whatever. I've done deals where I've netted 30 grand. I've done deals where I've netted 50 grand. Those are wholesale deals. I've done deals where I've netted quite a bit more, but those are wholesale deals. So what I'm getting at is wholesaling will give you the money, or will help you earn the money that it takes to take your business as a real estate entrepreneur and investor to the next level. You want to learn how to wholesale first. That way you can get that extra $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month coming in, and then you can sit back and pick and choose which deals you want to buy and hold and fix and flip and build new construction. What you want to do. So that's why you want to start wholesale first. And that's why I'm teaching wholesaling first. I'm not teaching anything except wholesaling. Now, I got this in an order where, as a six-figure real estate wholesaler, it will help you get into the buy and hold. next. And I recommend, once you become a six-figure real estate wholesaler, that you go ahead and do some buy and hold, whether they're single family homes that you rent them out per house or per room. We're endeavoring into the Airbnb. Airbnb is big now, lots of money in Airbnb. So the rentals that we have right now, we're actually looking forward to those tenants moving out so we can turn them in Airbnb. We're getting $1,000 for a house that we're renting to a family. When their leases are up, they're moving on, and now we can turn it into a $5,000 a month house. But again, wholesaling put us in the direction, or led us to the direction of being able to do a lot of other stuff in real estate. So buy and hold, you're going to need big paychecks. You're going to need big down payments for buy and hold deals. When you're buying them to hold them, you're going to have to, most likely, you're going to have to get with a bank. And banks, because you're not occupying the house, it's considered an investment. You're going to have to put up somewhere around 20% down payment, and you're going to need good credit. Wholesaling, you don't have to put up big down payments, and you don't need credit. In fact, wholesaling, the only money that you need is for advertising, to let motivated sellers know that you want to buy their property, and gas money to do driving for dollars. So all that has to do with how much time, do you have more extra time and more extra money. We'll go over some of that in our next video. We're going to go deeper into how to find motivated sellers. So again, join our YouTube channel, or subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can take advantage of some of the videos that I've already put together. These videos will help you warm up to the business of wholesaling and answer some questions. But I'm going to always be sharing content with you. I want to add some value to your life, so you can go for the gusto, dream big, take a chance. Because if you don't swing the bat, you'll never hit the ball. You got to dream big, and you got to take chances. Fix and flip, big paychecks from fixing and flipping. 25, 50 grand fixing and flipping, but it's big down payments fixing and flipping. You do not need big down payments to be a wholesaler. You just don't. You're not buying the property. You're getting the property under contract from a motivated seller, a seller who has a problem, whether they've inherited the property and they don't want it. It could be a situation where the grandparents died, or the grandparents passed away. Excuse me, felt like something was on my leg there. Well, the grandparents passed away and left it to the kids, or the parents passed away, left it to the kids. The kids, one child lives in California, the other one lives in New York, and the house is in Georgia. They don't want it. So they get a letter from someone like you, or a postcard from someone like you saying, I'll buy that property from you. It's vacant, it's abandoned, and it's not in good shape. They'll give you a call and say, hey, let's talk numbers. Make me an offer. So that's another motivated seller. That's one of the motivated sellers, people who inherit properties. It could be a situation where a divorce is going on and there's enough equity for it to be a good wholesale deal. It could be lots of reasons. We'll go through some more of that as you progress through some of the videos that I shared with you. But again, as a wholesaler, no down payments. You're going to put the house under contract with minimum earnest money. Earnest money is the money. Here in Georgia, you have to put up earnest money. Now, I'm not sure what state that you may or may not, that you may be watching me in, but here in Georgia, you have to put up earnest money, minimum $10. In fact, one of my students, I have quite a few students, by the way, and we'll talk about that in a minute too, but one of my students, he's been trained to, I know Michael would never put up any more than $10 earnest money. And I don't even think he'll submitted earnest money. He just put $10 on the contract, the purchase and sales agreement. But so earnest money can be as little as $10 and as much as you want to agree to with that seller. Now, earnest money back in the day when I did my first wholesale deal, the guy who bought my contract from me, again, you're not selling the house, you're selling your contract. You're selling your legal obligation to buy that property to someone else for a few more dollars. Mine was $5 grand. I netted $5,000 with my first wholesale deal. I got the deal for 20 grand. I sold it for 25. I sold the contract for 25. So the Earnest Money, he wrote me an Earnest Money check for $500. And back then, I'm almost sure I actually wrote an Earnest Money check to the seller for $500. But nowadays, Earnest Money goes into the closing attorney's escrow account. So now, and the way I do business, I never have to put up Earnest Money. My buyers put up Earnest Money. I got over 2,000 buyers on my buyers list. My buyers put up the Earnest Money. I don't have to. I write a contract with a seller, and I'm so sure I can move this property because I got 2,000 buyers on my list. As soon as I get that, as soon as the ink dries, as they say on the paper, and most of the time now, most of the contracts are done via internet. You know, you email it to your buyer, they sign off, and they email it back to you. But back in the day when I first started, this is before we had no GPS. We had internet was around in 1997, but the average person didn't have access to it in 1997. You know, now everybody has access to, almost everybody has access to internet. And I didn't have 1997. I did not have a computer. Actually, again, let's go back to 1998 because that's when I did my first wholesale deal. I don't remember. I don't think we had a computer till like 1999, maybe 2000. So I did not have GPS. I did not have computer access. We rode around with a map in our lap. So this is to get us from one property to the other. So this is like caveman days compared to what's going on now in the industry. Again, now what's going on in the industry now makes it so much easier for you all to have the success. You got Zillow and Terulia. You got all kind of ways to do research in Google. You can literally type in the address to a property and the full address to a property into Google and have almost all of the information regarding that property. The year it was built, the size, pictures of it, in most cases, how many beds and baths. So, you know, technology has made this business so much easier. It's incredible. So you can do what I did a whole lot faster if you really want to do it. It's up to you. I have a student one of the students I just told you about, Michael. Michael, he's the $10 Earnest Money guy. Michael's a school teacher, and when I met Michael, he approached me. Now I'm approached by individuals all the time because when I'm out in the field, I'm driving my pickup truck that says "We Buy Houses" on it, and so people will stop me and ask me if I'll teach them the business, you know, get to know me a little bit. I've had people invite me to lunch, what have you. And kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing this now is because I like to help as many people as possible, but I have to weed out those who are not very serious and just want to waste my time. And it got to a point where I literally had to start charging people because I was being approached by people who some would go for it, and what we would do is just split the deal. You know, I teach them how to find deals, and then I would split. I would get the house. I would get the deal, the contracts sold for them via my buyers list, and we'd split the deal 50-50. And that worked out, you know, okay. It's just that it became too time consuming. It was taking me away from my deals and my sellers and my buyers list. So I ended up having to turn people down, and it didn't really feel very good to say, I don't really have time to teach you. I don't want to do it. So that's when I decided, let me start figuring out a way where I can reach more who really want to learn. And so for those who want to learn, I'm here. For those who don't, I understand. But if you want to do what I do, and you want to have add 6 figures to your income, whether it's 6 figures annually or 6 figures monthly, it's up to you. Because there are wholesalers are doing 6 figures monthly, but that's, you know, that's a whole nother level. Because again, with the internet and technology, we have all kind of other tools now that help you accelerate the business. But I'm here to teach you the basics and the fundamentals first. You have to have the basics and the fundamentals. You need to understand what fix and flippers want and how much money they're willing to spend. You need to understand what buy and holders want and how much money they're willing to spend versus because when you know those formulas, and let's just break down one of the formulas. 70%. A fix and flipper wants to be into the property after buying that property, including paying you, rehabbing that property, some closing costs, and some holding costs. They want to be in that property no more than 70% of the after rehab value, the ARV. So that means let's use a round number, $100,000. So what a fix and flipper will not be in that house any more than $70,000. So they're going to run their numbers to make sure after they've bought it from you, you've been paid, all those other bills and expenses have been paid, the construction and the materials and the labor, they're only in it at $70,000 because they're going to put it on the market at probably 5% over. They're going to put it on the market for say 105, 110, expecting for some negotiation and expecting to make a minimum of 25% when they sell. That's their cut after they've paid everybody. They want to make a minimum of 25%. Now your buy and holders may go a little higher. Now your fix and flippers, realistically, most of them are trying to stay in the 65% range of that 100 grand. But a lot of them will go as far as 70% if the numbers are just there and it's a strong, beautiful neighborhood, properties are selling fast, they'll take that chance. Now your buy and holders will they'll go a little higher because they're just about rental income. You know, the ARV is very important to them, the after rehab value, but most of the time they're just in it to make sure that the rental income makes sense for them. You know, they want X amount of dollars coming in monthly so they can have that house paid for and own it free and clear within 5 years. So that's what they look at. Okay, I'm not gonna harp on a lot of that, but I just want you to understand that this is again why we do wholesaling first, so you can have the cash for the down payments for fix and flip, so you can have the cash for the down payment for your buy and hold. We want you to and eventually new construction if you wish. As the six-figure real estate wholesaler, one of the next videos that we're going to do, and please, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel because I do have some more videos, so you don't have to wait for my next one. But I have probably maybe 10, 15 videos that are posted on YouTube under the six-figure real estate wholesaler, the basics and the fundamentals of a six-figure real estate wholesaler. What we want to do is start sharing some information with you all who are genuinely interested in what we do and how to do it. So the next video, I'm gonna go deeper into how to find motivated sellers. We're gonna spend a few more minutes on that. You know, I'm gonna share some of the basics and the fundamentals of that. Now, again, with technology, there's a lot of tools that we have that make it even more easy, more simple. But in the meantime, you still have to have the basics and the fundamentals. You want to know what to do when you're out in the field, what to look for. You know, when you're we're looking at vacant and abandoned houses when we're driving for dollars. When we're doing mailers, we're looking for a particular type of amount of equity and you know, depending on the area that you live, beds, heads, and baths. Because when real estate first started coming back in play, if you will. You know, after the downturn of 2008, you know, real estate started turning around about 2011. Everybody who wanted to buy properties from me, everybody wanted a property that was built no later than 1995. It had to be a 3-2 with a 2-car garage. No one wanted anything less than that. And of course I knew, because if you want, everybody wants something built in 2005 and newer, then you know, eventually those houses are going to be gone, and now you only have whatever's left. Now, this day, man, I'm selling 2-bedroom, 1-bath houses with no garages. That's just how things go. And technology has allowed us to build our buyers list to where I got buyers who want everything. We have over 2,000 buyers on our list. I'm going to teach you how to have more than that. I have a student, another student, Terrence. Terrence has over 10,000 buyers on his list. Now, Terrence is a very smart guy. In fact, he left his job. Now, Michael, who's the school teacher, the $10 guy, he doesn't like his job, but he's straddling the fence, but he still wholesales. That's his thing. But he's not happy with being a school teacher. That's kind of how he approached me. But Terrence, one of my prize students, he focused on building his buyers list first. His buyers list is 10,000. Mine is 2,000. I've been in a lot longer than him. But Terrence, and there's all these different ways to build your buyer buyers list. And again, once we go into that part, we're going to start with finding motivated sellers. Eventually, we go into the building your buyers list. But this is where everything starts. But I just want to tell you a little bit about that guy who he just focused on building his buyers list and got it up to 10,000. But motivated sellers, because if you got 10,000 people on your buyers list and you got nothing to sell them, you just got a 10,000 person buyers list. So you got to find deals to sell them. So the next video, look forward to, we're going to share maybe about 5 strategies on how to see some of the strategies on building how to find motivated sellers. So look forward to that. Do me a favor, scroll down, leave a comment, ask me some questions. Let me know what you need. I want to help you get what you want out of this business. So, of course, right now, because I don't know you, and I'm hoping that you'll get to know me, but of course, you can see me, I can't see you. But I need to know how I can help you. So scroll down, leave a comment, ask some questions, and I look forward to our next video where we're going to go into how to find motivated sellers, and hopefully that'll get you to move in. Maybe you get up and do some driving for dollars. Maybe you mail some postcards. Let's get going. It's like some of my students say, let's make this money.